Hello, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, you know the drill, whatever time it is in your time zone. It is Monday. It is time for Two Chaps, Many Cultures, and this is my friend Brett. My name's Christian, and Brett's still on mute. This is the Monday thing when the mics don't work. He'll find the button. So, good morning, everybody. Oh, what is it?
Quiet now. We're hunting rabbits. Sorry about that, folks. Technology, it's supposed to happen automatically. This is why I don't, I don't do technology
Right.
But we're doing it live. We're here live. We're here. It's Monday morning. We're launching into our week of talking about art across cultures. Where me personally have a soft spot for art when it comes to culture and music and all things art. So,
isn't it often that when we ask people, so how would you define the term culture, that they say, well, the arts. So arts always come up when we ask people how would they define culture. Obviously, culture is more than the arts, but this is often the neural connection that people make, that they equate culture with art. So what better way to dedicate a whole week to the arts as maybe a tool or a vehicle to translate culture, or to explain it, or maybe to shine light on some facets that we don't always see consciously. And we teased you a little bit last week because we said the music that you hear in the intro, that is art. And how would you like to talk to or see or listen to the artist who created that music? Brett, would you like that?
Yes!
Yes! And here he is.
Here he is. Hello.
Well, this is our dear friend Sebastian from München, or as the Anglos say, from Munich. He goes by the name of Sepalot as an artist, and he's responsible for the track that you've been listening to every time we start this program. What's the name of that track, Sebastian?
Doom Dip.
Of course, Doom Dip. Thanks for taking time, my friend.
Kind of doom dip, in the background behind we're doom dipping in the background.
Yeah. So Christian, Brett, why a DJ? How is that art, and what does that have to do with culture? Well, Sebastian, what does it have to do with culture?
Probably everything a human being is doing has to do something with culture. So, of course, music, art, food, everything is culture. That's my definition.
Nice.
Yes. So this music comes from a human being, and so it's culture. As simple as that.
I love that. That's spot on. But that when I say Munich and when I say German music, some people may get the wrong idea, especially if you haven't lived in Germany or if you haven't been familiarized with popular culture in contemporary Germany. How would you describe the music that you create, Sebastian?
I think my music has so many influence from different cultures and different parts of the world and different decades. Sometimes I think my musical persona is a little bit schizophrenic, because I like.
What was that?
Sorry,
we don't have the subtitles. I may need translation.
Medication.
I need medication. Yeah. It's my approach when I was DJing a lot was always to pick tracks that are not in the same genre, but mix them into, let's start first. I'm known as a hip hop DJ, and I love to play tunes that are not in the record store in the hip hop how do you say Fach? You know, Christian, you know what I mean.
In the crate, in the hip hop crate, or the
hip hop crate, yeah. But I like to put the people on a journey, so they go home and say, okay, I was on a hip hop party, but what the hell was this music? I have no idea. I never danced to this music, but it was good. So this to entertain the people with something that they didn't expect. And this approach is the same when I'm making music. I like to put things together that probably people won't bring together in the first place, but they work together. So this is how I make music, or this entertains me when I'm making music, and I hope it entertains the audience as well.
Well, let me thank you for that, but let me put another spin on this record here. You started out as a hip hop producer and DJ. You were part of a very well-known hip hop band in Germany. You guys had top 10 albums in Germany. So the band has in hip hop circles in Germany and the German-speaking world became a household name. Yeah. So now what you do as a solo artist is, well, is that still hip hop? Is that, how would you, could you put that in a genre category, or is this so eclectic that it defies all these categorizations?
I always have the problem when the distribution company who is distributing my music always wants to make me make a sign which genre it is, and I always think, okay, I have no idea. And I'm looking, of course, I think the way I produce is hardly hip-hop influenced, but there are nearly no rap songs on my albums, so there's nobody rapping. But the way I work with drums and drum patterns is, I think, heavily influenced about hip-hop music. On the other side, I really love electronic music. I love even techno. There are really great stuff. So this is something that's always an influence too. And the third big influence now is I'm playing with a quartet with 3 other guys, and this has more jazz feeling to it. So this is a mixture between hip-hop instrumentals, electronic sound design, and a jazz feel. So yeah, it's really hard to describe. It's somewhere in the middle.
I just see the people of the A&R managers at the record company trying to fit that in one line of a category. Hip hop instrumentals, jazz. Oh shit! How are we gonna get this in one line? And how are we gonna tell?
And when I tell this, it always sounds like I'm a mixed grocery store. You know, it doesn't feel right. But I think it has a clear sound what I'm doing, and people recognize, okay, this is from Sepalot, even if it has so many different ingredients. Yeah,
right.
I've been listening to a lot of here in the US. The Sirius XM has a U2 channel, and they're bringing in a lot of the producers that worked with U2, you know, and they've said that it kind of sounds, when you're saying it, you've got this kind of same approach that they expand their horizons through technology, their music, they've pushed boundaries over the 40 years they've been a band, but they've always retained that identity. You know, the U2 song comes on, you know exactly that it's U2. You know it's Edge on the guitar. You know that what it is, but then all of a sudden it sounds completely different, and that's, you know, listening. Only in the short time I've been listening to your music, it's the same kind of thing.
Thank you very much.
See, there you go. So how would you say your upbringing, your Bavarian, our mutual German culture has influenced how you make music, and how, or maybe has it been the exposure to other cultures that influence music? What's been the driver? Can you pinpoint that?
I mean, when I started making music, and I started with the band at the same time, we were, of course, heavily influenced about American hip hop. This was the sound that we really loved, or we were addicted. But even at our young age, we recognized that the stories they told are not our stories. We are German, Bavarian, middle-class kids living in semi-attached houses. So we knew we loved the sound, but we have to tell a different story. And this was very important for us to take this art form and make fill it with our own stories from our middle class kiddies in South Germany stories.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, this was very important for us to this translation.
Were you ever in touch with African American hip hop artists, and did you ever exchange musical ideas, and did you show them or let them listen to the German hip hop, and what was their response?
This took a few years. We were completely on our own. We just listened to it on records, and we went to the record stores and bought records and really know each snare drum on our album because we really loved it that hard. But we didn't have the chance to get connection to US artists. So it was like, okay, we just had the records and we tried to do something that we love from our perspective. It took a few years. I made a few tracks with American rap artists, but this was probably 10 years later or something. So
did you also have a collaboration with a Australian or a New Zealander on one of your records?
Yeah. A singer. It was Lady Six. Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. This was one on. I met her on basically on vacation. I had a world tour with my now wife. Back then we were not married. We traveled around the globe for 4 months, and in Australia I met her, and then we made a track together. And it was the most played song in New Zealand radio from a New Zealand artist. So
there you go.
But the problem is the New Zealand music market is very small.
Yes, it is.
Don't tell the Australian. He will totally belittle the New Zealand music market now. He's gonna shit on it now. Oh, Brett.
Well, no. This is very important, because if she's that good and you're a part of it, then what we do in Australia is that we adopt those New Zealand artists and we call them Australian. It's like Crowded House. It's like Crowded House is a New Zealand band, but really they're Aussies. We claim their success as like, we're so proud of our Australian band. That works until, like, when it comes to actors. I was explaining this to someone the other day. When it comes to actors, Mel Gibson, so might be Australian. Everyone thinks he's Australian, but when he does something bad in the news, we go, well, of course he was born in New York, so that explains it.
Yeah.
We have the same with Austria. I mean, there are a few Austrian artists that are really big, and I'm for sure I know a lot of people don't know that they're from Austria. They think they're from Germany. So.
Right. Yeah.
It's similar.
America, since you're listening, Falco, if you lived through the 80s, Falco was not German. No. It's not.
Oh, that's it. I'm pulling my mic out. I'm leaving. That's just blown.
But Nina was.
Nina was, yeah.
Nina was.
The 99 Red Balloons were authentic.
And for sure, Modern Talking was too. I have to commit.
Fortunately, not a lot of people here in the US know who that is. You mentioned your wife. I met your wife several times, Deirdre, and I think it's worth pointing out that through your personal relationship, you've also touched other cultures, right? So your wife's got a quite diverse cultural background. How is that informing or influencing the way you you approach your creative process?
I think, my wife is born in London, and my mother-in-law is born in Jamaica. So there are Jamaican roots in my family now. It's not affecting my music much, I have to say. Not directly, but it's affecting my family life extremely. We always keep an eye on that her culture, my culture, is represented equally in our family. So we try to go to the Caribbean as often as we can, and we send our kids in school as well in Barbados for a few months there, so they get the whole Caribbean culture package into their veins. It affects me in my daily life, and maybe there it's affecting my music as well, but it's not because I have a wife with Jamaican roots, I'm making reggae music now. This is not happening.
Which that would be surprising, or
yeah, that would be funny.
that may cause some domestic discussions, I guess.
but to be truly, it's not that big difference. I was making hip hop music, you know. So why shouldn't I make reggae music? But I don't. So it's not my plan. But yeah.
So if people want to hear your stuff now, and they're not in Europe and they're not able to travel because of what's going on in the world right now, is Spotify the best way to find Sepalot's music, or is there any other ways you would send people?
Yeah, Spotify is perfect, but Apple Music is fine, and all the other streaming, and where you can get music, you get my music too.
So streaming is what distributes your music now. Is this the reality for active musicians these days, that without a functioning streaming distribution, your music will not be heard?
Yes, streaming is extremely it's extremely important. I think that it's going in two ways. There's the main audience, 99% are just listening music via radio or streaming, and the most of them, they listen to Spotify or Apple Music, however, like they used to listen to radio. So they like a song, but then comes the next song and they forgot the song that comes before that they like. So just a few go deeper and look what the artist is, what he's released also, or whatever. Mm-hmm. And on the other side, you have now these really music lovers, the active listeners, I call them. They really dig deep. They want to have the extra limited edition vinyl with very nice printing, or they use Bandcamp, for example. I'm on Bandcamp as well. I don't know if you're familiar with this. It's like an independent distribution system where nearly all the money goes directly to the artist. And it's very interesting that the people are allowed to pay more if they want. And you can't imagine how many people are paying more that they have to just to support the artist they love. So you have those two categories, but 99% is streaming, and it's just a few other people, but they are important as well. Yeah.
So you have a really devoted core of fans who would even give more than they are required just to support the art because they love it so much.
Yeah, and it's really, and they know that each euro they spend, it goes directly to the artist. And I think so they think, okay, why should I spend only €5? I spend €7. It's good. I love it.
Right.
Fine.
Right. You also do something that I quite liked, and I became especially fond of during my vacation a couple of months ago. You have a weekly curated playlist on Spotify, and you distribute that. I see you updating it on your socials. So you do like a DJ set or a radio show once a week with music that you like, that passes your test, so to say. So I would encourage everyone, if you like the music that you hear as an intro to this program, or if you're now curious as to what is this German dude doing with his eclectic music stuff, check out Sepalot on his socials and find that playlist. You call it what? Ego tripping, right?
Yes. Yeah.
That's also the name of your... isn't that also the name of your radio program that you host on German radio?
Yes, but I stopped hosting it last year, so I'm hosting now the weekly playlist. So this is my radio now. Yeah.
Oh, so you're getting the message out. There is a culture developed around the music that you like and that your fans like, and you build basically I'm not a big fan of the word tribe, but a devoted group of like-minded or like-sounding people, so to say, and have created a culture around that. Would that be fair to say? there
maybe culture is a big word for the crowd, but there there are people who like what I'm doing, and they like my DJ sets, they like my radio show, and it's only logic to go to a streaming platform and make a weekly playlist. So what I do is most of the playlists, they just add songs and add more songs and more songs. I only have 10 songs each week there, but I change them completely. So if you miss 1 week, you miss the 10 songs. I don't know if it affects you that hard, but I'm not collecting more and more. It's like, okay, these are my 10 songs for the next 7 days that I'm going to listen to, and maybe you like them too. And next week I have another 10 songs.
Yeah, you better mark them as liked or put them on your own playlist. But hey, you said earlier, music comes from human beings, and that's what makes a culture, right? So I guess you have a culture around that as well.
Yeah.
Brett, final thoughts before we let this fine gentleman go.
Well, just I really appreciate it. You getting up in the afternoon.
Wait.
I have some. Look at that. Look at that beautiful vista.
We have so nice weather today.
Yeah.
I was, Christian, for you. I was at the 𝙈𝙬𝙤 𝘾𝙪𝙡𝙪,
nice.
where the 𝙈𝙬 River is a small creek. I spent the morning there. It was really beautiful.
Oh, beautiful. So for those of you who don't know, the 𝙈𝙬 is the river that flows through the city of Munich. And both Sebastian and I, we come from the same corner of the world. And we, even though we are city dwellers, we have a fond connection to the roots of our society, right?
Yes.
Antimo, any chance we can listen to some of his music now? Well, Antimo, what can we do here?
That would take some technology. I don't know. I should have. I don't know how to stream it in there, but yeah. I mean, we've got the links there. I mean, yeah. No, that would have been. I don't know how to do that. I tried to actually think, how do I do that without taking everybody without cutting everybody out of the screen? But it's
well, new technology. Signore Antimo and everybody else who's having the same question, there are links in the comments below that'll take you to Sepalot's Spotify and to the Bandcamp. Knock yourselves out, people. Listen to it on, well, crank it up to 11 if you have to, right? Remember this final time. Go all the way and rock out for the week. All right.
Absolutely. No, thank you so much, Sebastian. It's been really wonderful. I could chat with you all day. That's great. Thank you so much for your insights and tying it to the culture. Right, this is what it is. It's just wonderful, and thank you for all the great work you do. I appreciate it. Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
Give my love to the family. Give them a hug, and see you soon. I hope.
See you soon too. Bye bye.
Everybody. Bye.